One of the studies that one of my PhD students did was looking at the lubricant use during labour. So lubricants, some of them have antimicrobials in them, but a lot of them have a very high osmolar pressure, and so they lyse lactobacillus. So one of the presentations today, they talked about colonization. It's called the maternal inoculum. So as the child is born vaginally, they pick up some of that microbiota, the composition, and it influences, huge influences on type 2 diabetes, all sorts of autoimmune diseases. When we did that study, we did it in a clinical site and we engaged nursing to do the research. They collected the data for us, they became very engaged. We had ambassadors that would, on each shift, that would actually take the lead on this. And then we went back and presented the findings to them and showed them this massive reduction in lactobacillus, and then linked that to research for kids primarily that had obesity. So this is in Baltimore, large African American population. They have very dire health outcomes, and obesity is a huge issue with them. So when they could see those links, nurses are practical and they're very pragmatic. When they could see those links, it changed the practices. So now I have the physicians complaining that the nurses complain they do too many vaginal exams. That's how we need to engage nursing. We need to engage them in a way that counts. We can't show them a heat map and say, here's a heat map of the microbiota. We need to show them. This is the heat map of a microbiota of a woman who's had 2 vaginal exams during labour. Here's one of a woman who's had 5. And then let them understand. They'll make the links, but we have to show them in a different way. We can't show them in the scientific, typical way. They're not going to read, actually like physicians as well, most clinicians don't read journals. They have time for maybe one. So we have to make those links for them. And then they make it very quickly, and once they shift, they'll change completely, 100%.